What up, folks? I'm building a bundler, sort of, not really. I'm going to use Rollup to do all of the hard stuff. So let me just grab this link here really quick, share that with my Discord. So if you are not on Discord, then you should get on because it's awesome. And you can join the Zoom meeting in here and it'll be a good time. So what I want to create is actually sort of like this next MDX remote thing, except this has a pretty severe caveat, and that is you can't import anything inside an MDX file. And my thought is that if you can't do that, then why are you using MDX? You just use Markdown. So yeah, that's the biggest limitation. And I've already written code for this, for a lot of this. It's kind of already done. So yeah, it'll just be a matter of, can I rollup? Because the reason that I'm doing this is when I use the code that I've already written for this in Remix, this gets bundled and it gets tree shaken out, so it doesn't actually end up in the browser. But Rollup goes through and it like is evaluating all these imports, and so we have a lot of circular dependencies and all this nonsense. And so I want to avoid that over here. So I thought if I just make a package and have it all be bundled, so there are no dependencies outside of regular node dependencies, then maybe this would work okay here, and without having all these warnings and whatnot. And it's like in general, it's pretty handy. So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. And I'm going to start with the README because, you know, README driven development, it's kind of cool. So the problem here is you have some MDX or a string of MDX and various TS, JS files that it uses. And you want to get a bundled version of these files to eval in the browser. Yeah, that's probably not a great way to explain this solution or this problem, but whatever. It's kind of a niche problem anyway. And so my solution here is give your MDX and JS strings to this function, and it will give you back a single string of the bundled code. Yep, that's the basic idea. And so my the usage that I'm imagining here is something like let's see. Yeah, something like compile MDX or yeah, compile, yeah, MDX. And here's your code and your options, and you're going to get back the, or here, let's see, MDX source. And you'll get back the compiled code or the bundled code. And yeah, eval bundled code. Component. That's the idea. So we're going to try and make. Okay, so then the trick is, what are the options? And let's have like a. Here we'll stick that there. So we'll have our, this is the title, and we'll import demo from demo. And then we'll say, here's a neat demo. Okay. Yeah, and then the hope is that this will render out yeah, something there. So what we're going to need to know though is because I'm not planning on any of the source files actually being on disk, because my expectation is or the way that I'm planning on using this is I'm going to go to GitHub and get all of the, or it could come from anywhere, but I'm planning on GitHub to get all of the source files. And then I'll have all of the source code in memory. And then I will pass like all of that code to this compile MDX. And this is probably going to need to be async. And so maybe instead of MDX source, it would make more sense to say entry sort of, but it's like, I want to communicate that this is the MDX file. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I think having the MDX source is fine. But we do, because it doesn't matter what the file name is. But then we'd say, yeah, files, I guess. This would be like other files that you're referencing. And so here is going to be the, or actually, you know what? That could just be an object. We'll say demo.tsx. And this will be a string of code like import star from React, oops, as React from React. And then export default demo. Neat demo. Yep. Cool. And then there will probably be a bunch of other options, but I think this is like the basic idea. So then ultimately, what gets rendered is going to be something like h1, or actually all this is probably going to be in a div, or yeah. So then we'll have a, here, and actually let's put this in a code block instead of a comment. Okay, so then we'll have our h1, and this is the title. And then we'll have a p tag for here's a strong, neat demo. And then this will be div neat demo. Dun, 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 dun. That's the idea. I want to, yeah, as I was rewriting my cdodds.com. Here, let's linkify that thing. Remix. I decided I wanted to keep my blog posts as MDX, but I didn't want to have to compile them all at build time. Huh. Oh, there we go. Or be required to redeploy every time I fix a typo. So I made this, which allows my server to compile on demand. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. So let's make this thing compile MDX. I'm gonna take this, and this is gonna be our first test. Yeah. First, we'll give this a better name later. Okay, we're gonna import compile MDX from that. And let's see. Oh, we also want to get the front matter. And that is another requirement here. So we've got Let's see. What the heck? Come on. Example post. What is today's date? The 13th of February. This is some metadata. Okay, cool. So then we're gonna also have, let's say result. And we have our code and data, front matter. Let's just call it what it is. As a result. Yep. There we go. Front matter is title, example, post, published 8/21 to 13, and there we go. Okay, cool. So let's grab this for our test as well. I'm gonna trim this thing. And you know what? Somebody's gonna copy and paste this and they're gonna say, wait, there's something weird going on. Probably because there'll be that new line or something. I don't know, but we'll trim that there too. Okay, cool. So yeah, then we'll get our code and front matter. Let's console log the code and front matter. Yeah. Okay, cool. And this is going to need to be async. And now we can get our tests rolling. And we're going to get our first warning because this isn't exporting anything. So let's just make a function with this compile MDX and export that. Okay, cool. So now it's not going to be happy because we're destructuring stuff, but we've got stuff running. So this is good. So let's go ahead and come grab a bunch of this stuff. In fact, we'll just grab it all. Yep. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of options. It's going to be interesting. This will be compile MDX. We're going to get rid of this post thing. We're going to need to install like a bajillion dependencies. We'll get rid of this thing. We'll take remark plugins as an argument. Yeah, all of that. Yeah. Files. I know we're gonna have files, but we'll also have remark. Or yeah, what does this create compiler? Except here, let's get these things installed first. So we're gonna need unit. Is this visit needed? Some of this stuff is like too generic for, or not generic enough for the abstraction here. Organize imports, there we go. Okay, so we'll need this. And Rollup, plugin Babel, and gray matter, and Rollup, plugin Terser. And yeah, that'll be it. Okay, let's see, remark plugins is definitely something that I'm gonna want. But I think I'm gonna want just to be able to pass all of the create compiler options, maybe. Oh, right, yeah. And I wish there was a way to say, take me to the source of this thing rather than, no, you can only go to the TypeScript definition file for this thing. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, I need it to be like that. Okay. Yeah, it's still not happy about this. I think that I need to check my TS config here. Yeah, I think I need to fix this so that it will bring in those types. Type roots, that's what I need. There we go. At some point, it will cheer up. There we go. Okay, cool. So now let's figure out what this create compiler from MDX thing needs. Oh, by the way, I noticed somebody chatted on Zoom. That's fun. Thank you, Ben, for doing that. If you could chat stuff like that in the Kent live channel, that'd be better, or in Discord. That way other people see that too. But thank you. That's nice. Yeah, it doesn't really tell me what it takes. So I think I'm going to look at the source. Oh, whoops. Let's find create compiler. Okay, so we take some options. Those options are passed. Oh, there's literally just remark plugins is all it uses, I think. At least that's what it uses. Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, cool. Then we'll just take that, pass those remark plugins there. And then, yeah, so this is where things will get a little bit interesting, but we're gonna probably need a generic for that data. And we don't need the file contents because this is gonna be our MDX source. Okay, and now I need to create a, get a temporary directory. I know there's an easy way to do this in Node. Temp directory without collisions. What's that supposed to mean? That's what I want. OS tempter. I think that's probably good. Yeah, okay, so let's get, oh, nice, we can get rid of that too. OS from OS. And we'll say OS tempter. Because we're not actually going to save this. We just need a directory so that we can say where things are, so they can be relative to each other. We're not actually even going to put it anywhere. In fact, I might not even need to say the tempter thing. I could just make it up. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do instead. So I'll say, because we're not saving anything. Let's do MDX bundler fakedir. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so then this is gonna be, yeah, we'll just call it index MDX. Okay, and then the entry path. Yeah, so we go from MDX to JavaScript. That's what the create compiler and then process thing is going to do for us. So now we've got our entry code. And so then we'll just say index mdx.js, and then we'll bundle code. Here's our entry path. That's fine. But we'll need to take, this is complaining because it's not typed. Yeah. Files. Actually, we don't need this MDX file path. Yeah, so that's fine. We just need our entry path. Let's see. And then files, I guess. And files is just an object, or it's a record. So you can say files record of string, and remark plugins is an array of remark plugins, but I'm just going to say unknown because I don't need to do anything with it. This is complaining because the result of create compiler is any. Yeah. Let's just do that all in one place because I'm going to have to tell ESLint to pipe down on this. Yeah, this is no good. Kind of hurts when you're using stuff that's not typed and you don't want to take the time to type it. Say, I do not want to take the time to type MDX. Okay, there we go. That'll satisfy. Okay, so now we've gone from our MDX to JavaScript, but now we want to bundle this. So like what we've done so far is pretty much what this thing does, except I'm sure they cover a lot of other things, whatever. They have a bunch of options. I know that they like handle hydration, and we might handle that ourselves too. But we want to take it a step further and actually bundle that. And so we're going to take that code that was generated. And you know what? We don't need the entry path because we can just create that down here. So here's our code, and then we take the files. And oh, yeah, and now we can put that dir right down here too. Nice. Why did I do that? There we go. Okay, so we extract the front matter, we process that, and then now we're going to bundle the code. This is where things are going to get kind of interesting because I know that I had this working at some point, but then I changed a ton of things. And I don't know if I ever even committed stuff when I had it working. So I changed a bunch of things around, and I removed a bunch of code that allowed me to have multiple files in memory. And it would all be, if I did commit it, then it's all going to be in remix can't see odds, I think. So let's check out our commits. This would be maybe here or here. Actually, I want to view. There we go. Okay, so this would be loaders. Data routes. Oh, actually, posts is probably where it is. Yeah, this is not where it compiles. Yeah, this is just like regular markdown stuff. So nope, not at this point. This is December 9th. It's December 10th, the next day. Yeah, still nothing about MDX here yet. This does have some stuff though that I'm going to be using. So you'll notice that if we're in production, we're going to get all the posts from GitHub. If we're local, then we just get them from the file system. That way you can work on it locally if you want to. But then in production, you just have the app running forever. And then you update a post and you commit it to GitHub and everything. And you skip the deploy because you're like, oh, you just changed content. I don't need to redeploy just because you changed some content. I'll just invalidate the cache and now it'll go and load the latest stuff. So that'll be cool. But yeah, that's not quite where I was. Images are working. Make deployable. Let's just, maybe I should look at the commit so I can see. Oh, MDX for the win. That looks promising. This is, there are very few times where I regret my terse commit messages. Maybe there aren't as few times as I think there are. Maybe I should probably write better commit messages. Oh, well. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's, is that it? That's what I have now. Huh. No, that's not it. It's got to be, or here, let's go back. History. Yeah, no, that's not. Bummer. Yeah, I didn't commit it when it was working. Snap. Okay, well, I'll show you how I figured out how to do this in the first place. That's kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to work. Dang it. Okay, so we're going to go to the Rollup website yeah, on GitHub. Website, GitHub. Here we go. Because on the rollupjs.org, they have the REPL. And this is doing exactly what I want. We've got a string of code here, string of code here, string of code here. They're not actually files, but it is able to roll up that stuff. And yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to roll up something that's in memory rather than in the file system. And so I think what I did was I went to, I pulled this open and I found out which file it was in. And I copied it from here or something. Oh, I can't remember. I don't think this is what I want. Yeah, it's probably this one. I'm pretty sure at some point I found it on GitHub, so that maybe that's just where I'll look for it. I can't remember. boy, 2 years ago, and it's using Sapper. My goodness, time really flies. Here's the REPL. Yeah, I remember this. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna be looking for resolve ID. There you are. Haha. So this is their plugin that makes it work. Yeah, so let's just gonna copy this. We'll just comment that out for now. Okay, so if not importer, then return the importee. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna keep that. If the importee so the importee is a string. I've already typed it, so that's nice. Yeah, so if the first character is not a dot, then return false. I think that means this plugin isn't going to handle that, and that would be for things that aren't relative, so like absolute path stuff, which is fine. That works out well for us. So we're going to do the same thing. And importee at 0. Why is this possibly undefined? Oh. According to this, it never is. So maybe saying or undefined is not a thing we need to worry about. Maybe on this one it is. I don't know. We handle it either way. So we'll just say it's a string. Okay, so that handles those two. And then resolved. Okay, so they're using the resolve module to resolve from the importer to the importee to find the path, and then they're going to get rid of the dot at the beginning. They're going to get rid of a dot slash at the beginning. We can do that. So let's bring in resolve. Pretty sure that's what they're using. Let's just double check. Oh, that's right. They're using this weird thing. Utils path. It's like their own thing. Oops. Resolve. Yeah. Well, that's what we're going to use. We'll just borrow that. Thanks, Rich, or whoever wrote that. Okay, so this is going to be an array of strings and is absolute. Oh, for goodness sake. All right, fine. We might need all of this stuff. Oh, that's it. That's the last one. That's nice. Here, let's just say, yeah, that's fine. Unnecessary escape character. I think that's what they meant. Yeah, that makes sense. Why are you complaining? Oh, rats. Okay. Path string. If it wasn't obvious that it's a string. Okay. And this is complaining because it's possibly undefined. No, that is not true. This is wrong. Let's find out for sure. Let a equal foo. Oops. Console log foo. I say a, oops, with nothing. It's an array. It's going to be an array. It's impossible for it to be undefined. Path string object is possibly undefined. Oh, maybe, oh, it's because we're shifting. And what we get back from that is possibly undefined because it could be empty. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess we want to assert that this thing has at least, all right, fine. So we'll say if paths length. So if not paths length, well, that should definitely be okay with that. We are checking. Okay, shifted. TypeScript, you make me do the weirdest things. There we go. Take that. All right, so then path, this is going to be a string. Whoa, who's doing the for each here? Okay, and this is going to be, yeah, it's yelling because I'm using the path module. Okay, resolved parts. This is complaining because use apply instead. Oh, yeah, okay. Why for of over for each? I actually talked about that in a 3 minutes with Kent the other day. So you can take a look at that. For of, no, where is it? Come on. Loop or array. There it is. Rarely for each, normally for of. That's so go listen to that. But basically, I think that the closure just adds complexity and it adds another layer of nesting. I think we had another layer of nesting there. Not necessarily, doesn't always. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's not any simpler, and it limits what you can do. Like I could say continue or break or return. You can't do that with the for each. So I just never use for each anymore. I feel like in the podcast, I mentioned one use case where I might do it, and that's if I have a function already that it just accepts the arguments that I need for the for each, then I might just stick that in there. But most often, I wouldn't even do that. Okay. Expected no return. No, it didn't. Just because I didn't say what it returns doesn't mean I don't expect one. Oh, that's a consistent return thing. Yes. Okay. Well, here, let's just throw an error instead. Throw new error. Paths provided must all be strings. There we go. Now it's happy. Okay, cool. So we've got our resolve now. And we need the dir name of the importer. Great. All right, I'm just going to keep on borrowing stuff from them. I'm running in Node, actually. So it occurs to me that I could just use path.resolve instead of all this nonsense. Pretty sure I could do that. Gosh dang it. Okay, path.dir name and path.resolve, because this is all 100% running in Node. They're running in the browser, so they have to do different weird things, but I'm running in Node, so I don't need to worry about that garbage. Yeah, cool. Let's just dump all this garbage. Good. Okay, so this is complaining, I think, because we're not using this. I need to disable this rule when I'm using TypeScript. I don't need that. Okay. Anyway, oh, it wants me to use starts with. Okay. Yeah, okay. Or actually, we could probably say is relative, I think. Oh, no, they don't have it as relative. Huh, that's weird. Okay, cool. Resolved. We resolve that. Yep. Okay. And then what do? If resolved in module by ID. That's right. Okay, so let's find this module by ID object thing that they've got going on. Yes. Okay, so for each of the modules that they've got over here, they're going to create this object that has a module by ID. And I think modules is represented by something. I'm not sure. I need to find resolve ID in there, in here somewhere. Nope. Here it is. Kind of wanted. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Okay, so let's see what they've got here. T is main.js, N is undefined. All right, so let's make sure that is or undefined. So the importer could be undefined. This is our main because this is the entry. So there's no importer for an entry. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So if there's no importer, then I guess we just return T, which is, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So now we're importing maths.js, maths, psh, British people, just kidding. So we'll get our resolved. I think that's what this is. That's resolved. Yep, maths.js. And then E is our modules thing. So we've got just all of these modules. Now for us, we actually, the way I'm going to require people to pass things to us is files in this object, and then they're going to need to pass all the modules with the dot slashes and everything. Oh yeah, that's actually a good point, Yago. We could totally do that. I think those are identical. Maybe some error messages are a little different, possibly, but yeah, I think they're basically the same. Yeah, so because they're going to pass us this path, we actually don't need to remove the dot slash at the beginning. So that works out okay for us. And the one challenge that we're going to have is the file extension. So you might, when we import it, we don't provide a file extension, but here we do. And I'm trying to think of, yeah, in the real world thing, we are going to not, yeah, they are probably going to give me this with the file extension, so I need to try it without. And I feel like they actually handle this, yeah, right here. So they're saying, if that, yeah, see, because all their stuff has the file extension, but they want to be able to support without the file extension. So if I come over here and I say, let's get rid of the file extension there and get rid of that one. And now if I turn this back on and we do another space there. So we're going to come here and they say, oh, no, there's no maths in E because that's maths.js. But if we add a .js to it, now is it in there? And yes, it is. And so we can return that module. Okay, and then for the load portion, we're just going to grab the code from this E thing. So that E as a name is entry. I don't think I need to have the is entry. I just need the code. Okay, cool. So I guess I'll just iterate through all of the different file extensions we support, which would be JS, TS, and no, actually just JS and TSX, and maybe JSX, because whatever you're doing, you can only import. Oh no, I guess you could import CSS or like anything and you want it to just evaluate that module. So, yeah, I feel like there's got to be some sort of resolution thing going on here, and maybe, yeah, I don't need to overthink it. We can fix it later if it gets that bad. So we'll say, yeah, if the resolved is, and I did triple equal because I switched from a bunch of files to just the one file. So we're looking for the resolved inside of the files. Yeah. So if resolved in files, hold on a second. I never use the in keyword ever. That's fascinating. I would have done object has own property, but yeah, this works. That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, so if it is, then we'll return the resolved. Otherwise, we're going to iterate over that, and I think they end up, yeah, they end up returning. Hold on a second. Then they reassign it. That makes sense. Okay, so say for of extension of our supported extensions of JS and TSX, and I suppose JSX, which I never use, but some people do. We can say if resolved ext in there, then we'll, let's just variableize this thing. Resolved with ext. Okay, cool. And then otherwise, you're trying to import something for which we don't have a file. We need to give you an error, which is what they do. Yep. Okay, cool. And then for their loader, yeah, okay. Yep, we just do that exact same thing, files. And we don't need to worry about code. We just say files because that's all that it can be. It's just the code because it's not an object. It's a record of string. Okay, so then our entry. I think, hold on a second, let me see. So here I'm taking, where does the code come into play here? Oh, okay. So our entry actually needs to be in this object as well. Let's see. Yeah, so entry path. Okay, so we're going to do one other thing, and that's say if the importee is the entry path, then we'll return the code. Or no, we return the yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, how about we do this? If there's no importer, or there we go. That makes sense. Would someone want to import a TS file with some util function? Yes, they would. Sorry, that's right. Thank you. So I don't think that that is, I guess that's a thing you can do in TypeScript or in MDX. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and actually, I believe you can import other MDX files too. Might even be able to import Markdown files and HTML and CSS. Heck, sure, why not? Let's just do EXTs. So I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I feel like that has room for improvement, but I don't care right now. Okay, cool. Good. I think that should work then. So then we gotta talk about our input options. What the heck? On a sticker from my kid in my pocket. So yeah, here's our in-memory module plugin. Then we roll up Babel this thing, inline helpers, no config file, exclude node modules. Here are all the extensions. Yep. Suppose we should include JSX, just because some people like that. All others without extension. This will get covered by this line right there. So if somebody's importing without an extension, and there's like a file without an extension, then they'll just import that file directly. And honestly, even if we don't support one of these things, all they would have to do is just import with the full file, full extension, and then this will work. That will handle that case. So it won't be totally lost. So this is mostly just handy. The order of these might be off. Oh, what about JSON? I wonder what you do with JSON. Whatever. Sure, why not? Okay, cool. So yeah, maybe JSON should be included here too. Yeah, so then we preset React, preset env, node 12. Yeah, I feel like that might be one they'd want to be able to configure. We'll come back to that one. And then, yeah, we'll want to support TypeScript. And yeah, and then Cursor to smallify it up. Then we roll it up, and generate, and we get our code. Okay, cool. Let's save this. Let's get rid of that OS nonsense. And let's run our test and see what happens. For each of undefined. Well, that's weird. Oh, because remark plugins needs to be defaulted. So that makes sense. And yeah, I couldn't resolve demo relative to that. Okay, cool. I wonder what happens. I don't know if we need this. Okay, yeah, that should be, I think that's fine actually. But let's see why it can't resolve this. Let's put it in here. Nope, no, let's just do it right here. Yeah, we just want to see what resolve looks like, I think. Boy, I don't know why it's going so. Oh, it's because I'm live streaming. I see. When we resolve this, dir name of importer, I see. In our use case, we don't really need it to be a full path. We just need it to be like dot slashes. I think we're going to come back here. We'll do this weird directory here. And we're going to make our own files. Absolute files. I'm not sure I like this, but we'll see. Yeah, file path code. Oh, file code. Yeah. Object entries files. I think I'm gonna change this. I don't like this, but we'll get this working, then we can fix it. We want path join dir file path equals file code. There we go. Okay, it passed, or it didn't explode. Now we're getting undefined for our code that we get back, which was unexpected. It's because I called it JS. We're going to call it code. There we go. You evaluate this code, and you're going to get a component out of that. You're going to need to have React in scope for that to work, though. And MDX. Yeah. I can't remember how I made that work. Let's see. Name. Here it is right there. New function. And our scope includes React, Link, and MDX. Yeah, we'll probably give you something for that too. Okay, cool. So that's good. Let's see. I didn't like this. But it's probably fine. Yeah, I think we just need to have a dir name for it. We're going to do one other thing. Why is this complaining? What are you complaining about? Oh, we need to make, I bet, yeah, I just need to make that optional. Okay, cool. What are you complaining about? Oh, it's any, yeah. Oh, sorry, Peter, I just noticed your comment. Do I want to support the inclusion of stuff that is not JS or TS if they don't specify extension explicitly? Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. No, I don't. If it's not JS or TS, then I want you to include the extension. Yeah, totally. Yep, totally. Yeah, that's a great point. In fact, I could probably bring these back. There. Yep, great point. Okay, cool. So we are now actually one question I need to answer right now is, can I roll up? So I'm going to come over here. We're going to say bundle, and that will say, instead of Babel, I want you to use rollup. And we're going to see if I can roll up. Okay. Huh, that's weird. Here, and I actually only want UMD. Because these are still going to import stuff, and I don't want that. I need it to be bundled. So yeah, we're getting cannot load path message file. Okay, so I need to define some externals, which means I'm going to need to go to KCD scripts to remember how to do that. If we go to our rollup config, external, so it's pure deps. And then we have our build external. Honestly, this really should just list all built-in node modules. Yeah, there's Sindre, Saurus, wait, there we go. Built-in node modules. I thought that I'd done this already. Nope, I guess not. Yeah, I bet I've got this module installed somewhere, so I can just play around with this. Oops. Yep, there it is. So let's go into KCD scripts, dist, config, rollup, config right here, and we'll just grab built-in wire, built-in node modules, and we'll come over to our externals. I'm pretty sure that's what built-in is, just an array of all the built-in externals, but or built-in modules, but let's see for sure. Yeah, it's just an array of those. Yep. Save that and see what happens. Now that's interesting. Of all the things that could have happened, that was not what I expected. Hold on. I think it's, I forgot. Maybe it's no equal sign there. There we go. I think those are going to work. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, okay. So it was, So some of these things, some of the node modules that I'm using cannot be bundled, evidently. That's a bummer. That makes sense. So who's requiring this FS events? I have no idea how to find that out. Suppose finding who's dependent on it. Roll up directly. So I'm trying to roll up. And it looks like we're bringing in some stuff from rollup that we don't actually need. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, I'm sure that everybody uses it. Chokedar uses it, so that's the Babel CLI watch mode. Jest uses it. That's interesting. That's coming from Babel Jest. But yeah, I need to get rid of that thing. That's in KCD scripts right now, but it's pretty much useless. And it brings in Webpack. So there's that. Hmm. Now that's interesting. FS events is depended upon by Rollup, but it actually doesn't ever import it. Huh. What? That is strange. Huh. I am super confused by this. But maybe I can just do my own little pretend plugin here. Oh, what's this node built-ins thing? Ooh. Let me look at that really quick. Node built-ins Rollup. Hmm. Maybe that's why. No, because FS events isn't built in. What is FS events anyway? It's like file system events.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I don't think I've ever had a project that didn't have FS events in it somehow.
Yeah, most projects are going to have Chokedar. Like any project that has any module that does watching of the file system, which is pretty much, I mean, if it has Babel or yeah, or Rollup or yeah, just it is common. But I just need to find a way to say FS events is also external. That's what I need to do. So I think it's a good idea for me to include built-in as part of the default external. But also I need to say FS events is external, and like just have a couple others. So we can just do that with this. Or env builder. I can't ever remember the syntax for this nonsense. Rollup env. Or environment. There we go. Yeah, so it's the value, comma, the value, or the name, and that just turns it to true, and then the name colon the value, and that's environment. And then the value here is going to be parse env is going to parse it like it's JSON. I may need to do this inside of a .env file or something. Events. Yeah. I feel like I do this somewhere. I think I do this in yeah, testing library. Pretty sure I do something like this. Yeah. We've got some .env files here. I guess that's permissible. Okay, so let's do a .env. Here, let's do, what do I call it over here? Bundle. Yeah. Okay, so then this is the build external fs events. And then for this package JSON, I think we're just using .env CLI. Yeah. And that is E. Yep, okay. Oh, dang it. There we go. Okay, let's try this. We'll probably end up with another one that we want to externalize. It'll be a game of whack-a-mole until it stops complaining. Oh, I reinstalled dependencies and that busted this. All right, I know that this is something that I want, so let's open this up. KC scripts. And we'll go to rollup config here. Built-ins require node built-ins or whatever it was called. Built-in modules. There we go. Yeah, this is interesting. So I think that yeah, this will just be the default value. So if I specify my own, then I have to include everything. Oh, that stinks. I think I know what I'm going to do. It's not going to be pretty, but it'll work fine. So we're going to say, there we go. That'll work. Okay, cool. This is going to be a fix or feature. Yeah. Auto externalize built-in node modules. Oh, I'm on master. You're right. Thank you. Dang it. Okay.
Just cheap. Careful.
Okay, I thought that I'd done this. Git. Yeah, I can't remember. That's weird. I can't remember how to rename this branch. Okay, anyway, we're gonna check out main. Just delete master. Sure, there we go. Okay, so now let's come back. Node built-ins or built-in modules. Here we go. Okay, and then coming down to our external concat. Oops. Okay, and there we go. Unfortunately, this effort will be wasted in our situation because, oh, you know what? One other thing I want to do, we're going to get rid of this size snapshot nonsense. This is garbage. Unfortunately, I happen to know that there's at least one project that's using this, and so it's going to be a breaking change. Never should have added that as a default. Oh well, I don't want to do that right now. Yeah, stupid. Okay. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, we won't be able to reap the benefits here, but that's okay because what we're going to do is we're going to say bundle env.js, and we're going to get our built-in modules from built-in modules, and we'll say process env build external equals JSON stringify built-in modules concat fs events. And now we don't need the .env thing. We just need to do node require bundle env.js, and then node modules bin. This will not work, or yeah, well, that'll work fine. Now let's just do KCD scripts. Dist index. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's try that. Bummer. Cannot find this module. Bundle env.js. Okay, yep, I was worried about that. We don't need this double dash thing because node is kind of funny. So yeah, now we're building UMD and CJS. And I want to know, oh, shared. Yeah, we probably won't be able to get away from bundling this thing. Boy, 20,000 lines. That's Rollup for you. Yeah, we don't need this. I mean, I guess we can have it. We can keep it. Why not? I think I need to tell Babel to ignore that. I didn't realize that I was even using Babel to compile my node modules. Oh, yeah. So we roll it up with roll up, and then Babel. I think Babel is being used to do dead code elimination for UMD. Well, I don't want UMD min. I just want UMD. So maybe, but it doesn't make a difference because UMD was what was causing the trouble in the first place. Min would probably have the same problem though. What the heck? Delete undefined? What? Is that really something that exists? 128? No. Said it was something about a source map issue. Yeah, huh, that's weird. Yeah, I think what's probably happening is process env. Yes, I know what's going on. So here, when we're doing UMD, we go to our Babel config. We have a plugin to transform inline environment variables. And so that will check the current environment variable value and replace the process env with what that value is. And so then because it's undefined, it turns into, instead of delete process env whatever, it just says delete undefined. That's what's going on. So I think our solution is to not compile our node modules with Babel. I didn't realize we were doing that. I thought that we weren't. Yeah, I think that would be configured in our rollup here, rollup Babel. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I think that we could probably say exclude. Yeah, I want to be able to exclude that. And this is kind of a hacky thing, but I feel like, no, I think that we normally do. My situation's just kind of funny. So we're gonna come back here and do the funny stuff in the funny place. So let's come over, rollup config JS, rollup config require KCD scripts config get rollup config and module that exports equals rollup config. We're gonna mutate this. Console log rollup config plugins. There we go. And I need to find the one with the name Babel. Actually, we're going to find index. And we'll say rollup config plugins at the Babel plugin index is equal to a new thing. That'll be better. Oops. I'm going to do lots of the same stuff. I wonder what this options thing does. Let's just see what happens. Oh. Yeah, options needs to be passed something, evidently. Okay, well, yeah, forget that then. Okay, so presets, Babel presets. Yeah, we want the KCD config. Yeah, I think the easiest way to do this though would be to be like Babel RC extends. I can't remember how to configure Babel. I haven't done it in so long. I think it's presets actually. So maybe it would be sufficient instead of doing that. KCD scripts, Babel. I think that'll work. Babel helpers bundled and extensions, JS, TS, and then exclude. And on the include, I think I do dot star star. Yeah, node module star star. There we go. All right, let's see what happens there. So now we're not going to Babel our dependencies, but that should be fine because we're only running this in Node anyway. Okay, presets must be an array. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Resulted in runtime. Yes, because I think the Babel config runtime. Okay. Wonder how that works. Yeah, this may not be okay. It might be fine. 1 second. My son wanted me to print him a picture to color, but he has probably colored about a tree worth of paper in his short life. And so my wife said, no, we're not printing another one. You got one already. And yeah, so that's had to explain to him, like, you should learn how to draw, and then you don't need to have things printed all the time. Okay, cool. So this is interesting. Missing shims for some built-ins, but I want those external anyway. I wonder. Rollup node. Yeah, I think that's where we're getting this warning, is because we're using shims, but I don't want to. I just want to externalize them. Yeah. I guess actually what I want, I don't want UMD, I want CGS, but I want I don't want to externalize node modules. That's what I want. I don't want UMD, I want CGS, but I just want it. Yeah. Okay, let's just switch to CJS. And here it defaults to externalizing all everything that's in node modules. But I want to actually bundle these. Yeah, okay, so let's figure out how we can do that. Yeah, bundle all non-pure depths. So it's the external predicate. Yeah. Need to override this with our own thing. Why is this complaining? Oh, yeah, you're just garbage. And actually, in this case, we're not going to need you anymore. So actually, for us, all we really care about Okay. Where are you complaining? I thought this was in here. Oops. I think this is what I want. So let's just keep that around for a second. So this will only externalize. Oh, right. I need to. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Only externalize built-in stuff and whatever else I put into this array. FS events. Okay, here we go. We've got some circular dependencies in Babel, right? Because we're doing rollup. We're rolling up rollup and Babel, so that's fun. And we're doing this so that I don't see these errors in my app. These are just warnings, though. I wonder if the end result is gonna get these warnings gone, or if we'll still see these warnings. Okay, so we're just requiring built-ins there. We've got all of Babel and all of Rollup in here. It's 135,000 lines of code. Wow. Okay, so let's see what happens if I do this. Let's do MDX bundler. Okay, so we've just made a copy of that ginormous file. Whoops. Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. So now if I come over to here, I'm pretty sure that I should be able to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. And we'll say import from MDX bundler. I totally forgot what it's called. Compile MDX, I think, probably. Okay. This is more than compile. It should be bundle MDX, actually. We'll fix that later. And then I can say data and code. So await bundle MDX with our file contents, files, and remark plugins. This is totally not going to work the first time for sure. Oh yeah, I said it was front matter. And this is actually built in now too. All this stuff can go away. And now this stuff can get out of here. Oh, rats. A lot of my problem was from unist util. Dang it. Bummer. I think we're done. Yeah, it's not going to work. Boy, what a waste of time. I mean, KCD scripts got a new feature, so that's cool. But yeah, there's not. I really just wanted to make it. Yeah, this is a remix thing. They need to do this thing that I was talking with Ryan about. You need to give me an API that says, this stuff is only server side. Don't try to bundle it for the client. Okay, that stinks. I'm just messaging in the remix chat. I think that the package I was building is worthwhile still. So I am gonna build that. It's not a waste of time. It's fine. But we are not going to be doing this weird bundling stuff. We're just gonna build it like a regular build. We'll get rid of our custom rollup thing. Yeah. There we go. Nice. Okay. And then all that's left. So I am able to get rid of a bunch of garbage and stuff. So that's nice. But all that's left from there is the ability to say, why is the syntax highlighting so funny? Oh, and I want to change this. This should not be compile MDX. This is bundle MDX. Okay. Okay. This is complaining about something. What are you complaining about? Do I need to ask const this sucker? No, that would be ridiculous. Good. At least it's not that. What are you complaining about? Unsafe assignment, any. Which one of these things is that? Oh, does this not have a return value or return type? No, it does. What are you complaining about? Oh, I misspelled it. Bundle MDX. There we go. Now you should be happy. There we go. All right, good. That was weird. Okay, so let's do some more test stuff. I don't feel like I need a whole lot of stuff here, but one more file in here at least would probably be sufficient. So like a subdir dot MDX or let's see, we'll import star or yeah, this is a markdown file. Woo. I don't think those are going to work actually. I mean, I never want to do this anyway, but yeah, I don't think this is work. Subdir. Yeah, it's treating this like it's JavaScript. All right, I don't actually care. I would never do this anyway. Okay, cool. So then I'm going to need React in here and React test renderer. I know I should probably be bringing in React testing library, but I'll render it to a string. So I guess React DOM. All right, React testing library. In fact, I don't have it installed, do I? Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, this will be like basically I just want to do what I'm doing right. Yeah. I think I may also need MDX.js React. That's odd. I guess I don't have a target. How about yes 20? I don't know. What are my options there? Come on. Oh, it was showing me 2020. Yeah, of course. I guess, yeah, because you're not compiling from there anyway. Okay, so then we're going to return this stuff. What are you complaining about? Oh yeah, TSX. Yeah, I hate that so much. Okay, so we've got render. Okay, let's see what breaks. What are you complaining about? Oh, I need React DOM. Do I need to reload this or something? That's very odd. Oh, right. We need to, that makes sense. There we go. My somebody should publish this to definitely typed. Me, you say? I don't want to. No, we've already got that. Why are you complaining? What? You're still unhappy? Why are you unhappy? Oh. Okay. And now, what are you complaining about now? Components is optional. Okay, front matter. Cannot find that. There, take that. Heck with that. This will work actually. This will be good because down here it's gonna be like, oh no, that's not good. So I need to say what my I expect my front matter to be able to do that. Now, is it common? Would it be common for people to define what their front matter is? Probably not. We just get our front matter. So code front matter, or yeah, let's see, const front matter result front matter as title string description string and publish. What is it? Published string. Where are you complaining? Oh, right. Okay, let's go over here and find our MDX React. Huh. Pretty sure that's identical to what I've got. Uh-huh. Well, so why is this one not complaining about? Oh, it is. I think that I am incorrect on some of that though. So this, it's saying it's not exported. No export member. Oops. Um, Oops. Boy, ESLint, you sure can be annoying sometimes when I'm doing weird stuff. Why is this complaining? Unsafe assignment of any. So scope, I don't understand this rule. I need to disable it because I pretty much always disable it. I don't know how to use it. Like, how is this an unsafe assignment of any? It's not though, right? Like that is a value. It has a type. I don't understand that. Yeah, it's super annoying. All right. Well, let's just go to ESLint rules off. Hee. All right. Let's see if we can get this thing rendered. Whoa. 6 seconds. What? Area? Okay, fine. Div, and we'll say it has a class name, subdir. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Yay. Cool. I mean, it takes long enough. I guess we're compiling stuff, so that makes sense. Probably better increase the timeout on the test. Let's see. CI, it'll be really slow. Compiling and bundling is slow. Maybe I should use esbuild. Ah. All right. Anyway, I think this is a situation where it would be appropriate to use a snapshot actually. Or actually, let's just grab our container. We're still going to do an inline snapshot because no way am I doing separate file snapshots. I only sometimes do that. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Cool. Okay, so this thing works. Yeah, and I think it's good. I don't really know what else I would change about this. Oh, right. I wanted to talk about or try and figure out the Babel config situation here. So, oh, and there's some of this stuff that's in the test that might be useful to have as well for like client side so that I don't have to do all of this nonsense. Yeah, it'd be nice to just patch that up myself. Yeah, okay. So we're not quite done. And this MDX React thing is going to be a dependency. Kind of wondering if I should do if I should render the MDX provider. Is there a use case for wanting to have only one MDX provider for the whole app? Or would it be okay if I say, hey, you just render any of your components and I will make sure that those are rendered within an MDX provider? I think that's what I'm gonna do. That way you don't even have to worry about bringing in an MDX provider. But then I have to create like an API that you have to learn about. Yeah, maybe it'd just be better if I'm responsible for everything except for the MDX provider stuff. However, I will need MDX, but I think I'm going to make this a pure dependency. It's sad and rainy outside. I just noticed Peter's chat. Thanks, Peter. I actually feel pretty cool about this test. I think it's kind of nice. This was actually easier than I thought it would be. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so there are two things I need to do. I need to make it so you can decide the compilation target for Babel preset env, or maybe, no, I want to choose this for preset React. And preset TypeScript probably too. But preset env, that one, doesn't that default to browser list if it exists? Maybe I should just, Yes, there's browser list integration. Yep, that's what we'll do. We'll just say, hey, if you want to configure that, use the browser list. Yep. Kind of curious now what the output code looks like. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. So that takes care of that. Let's just add something to the README. Compilation target. We rollup using, or we use rollup to bundle your MDX and its dependencies, excluding, well, that's actually another thing. if you're importing like D3 into one of your demo chart or demos or whatever, I want you to be able to externalize things. And then when you render it, have those things available in the scope. Right now, we're in charge of that anyway, but we do need to allow you to specify externals. Yeah. I guess we could allow you to specify your own plugins and your own external. I think what we're going to do is we'll just invert control because I don't know what people are going to want to do and I don't really care. So here we'll say, and you know what? Kind of want to just put all this in a single file or in a single function. Why is this complaining all of a sudden? I don't think I did anything substantial. That's weird. Yeah, maybe commit while it works. Thanks, Peter. It's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Oh, we can have it run everything. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, like I think definitely globals we want to be configurable. External we want to have be configurable. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call get input options and get output options. And that will be past these. And you'll be expected you can mutate those options all you want. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Get Rollup, get input options, get output options. Okay. And this is complaining. Wait, what was that saying? Yeah. Hold on a second. Oh, that's right. I put these things back up. Okay, we got to figure out why this stopped working all of a sudden. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, yes, that makes sense now. There we go. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Oh, and this would now be entry code. Yep, okay, cool. Let's have those tests up and running. Make sure I don't bust something bad. Mhm. All right. Okay. Okay, sweet. So now we want to have rollup options. You can provide, or you can customize the rollup configuration used with the rollup option. Okay, so then rollup, get input, oops, or yeah. For each of these is a function, oops, that receives the default options and should return the options you want used. Okay. This should allow you to customize the external and global configuration. For example, if your library or if your app exposes D3 That does not need to be in parentheses. Okay. So to do this, we're going to say get or rollup, get input options, get output options. Okay, and then rollup, get input options. Okay, so this is going to be a function that accepts rollup options. Okay, we're going to need to import that type from rollup. Not after the function. Yes, that makes sense. We're probably gonna, I guess we'll be okay. I expected this to get angry, but we'll see what happens when I'm finished with this, because I think it might be angry. Okay, so generate accepts, oh, for goodness sake. Let's just do that. Output options. Okay, cool. And, oh. Well, what are you mad about? You're defaulting, so be happy. Fix that. All right, we're gonna want to rename this test, I think. Smoke test. And rollup needs to be optional also. What? Implicit any, but it's not. Output options. So much typing. My goodness. TypeScript, you are super annoying sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100 lines. That's all right. Okay, so now you have total control over the rollup. You have all control over the remark plugins you use. Yeah, and then you just have to be responsible for the files to make sure that you're passing those correctly. Now we should be able to yeah, get those wherever you want. Okay, so then the last thing that we need to do here, let's do another checkpoint. Feature, add rollup config. Okay, so then the last thing that we want to do is handle this, just this part for you. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all we really need to do. It's really just this part. And so you give us the code that we gave you, and this will happen on the client side. Yeah, this will be pretty easy. So this will need to happen in a different file. This will be our client.ts. Get component, or get MDX component from bundle with Objective C naming conventions. Just kidding. It's just very long. This is sufficient. Okay, so then this is going to be our code. Yeah, that's good. That's string. And then we'll also want the scope. We'll default to React and MDX. And I'm doing this in the wrong spot. Right there. I always forget. Okay, so then yep, I think that's it. Why am I using link? I don't think I need to pass link here, actually. But yeah, so this is where you'd say over here, you'd customize the input options so that you could have different externals listed, like D3. And you'd also customize the globals to have D3 in here for what the global variable is that you set in your app. And then on the client, you would customize the scope so that it includes D3 and whatever else. I'm thinking that what we'll do, we're going to say React MDX and then spread the scope. We won't default that. That way you can override it, but if you decide to specify a scope, you don't have to provide React and MDX because we're pretty much always going to need that. Scope, is there a better? How about globals? That's better. And here's our, we'll call this scope. Yeah. There we go. That's right. There we go. So now in my test, what about default MDX provider being able to start using lib with 0 config? Yeah, I thought about including this, but then I'd have to say, and I do this. So you'll want to pass all props that you would pass to MDX provider to me, which I think is just components. Yeah, but over here, I think all I would need to do is call the function and get the component. Yeah, I don't know. Because if I render the MDX provider, then you can't just render one MDX provider for your whole app. You have to have a MDX provider everywhere, which could get annoying to have to specify those components everywhere. I'm not sure whether there's really a use case for that, but yeah, I just think it's better to say no, you're responsible for that. So I think it is possible, but I think we're probably better off to not render that for you. So yeah, we'll return you the component. And yeah, let's get this in our test here. So we're gonna say import client, get MDX component. And here's my code. Oh, and we're gonna wanna make this optional. So now you don't have to worry about the MDX thing because that is confusing. Why that's needed, but yeah, it's their own little create element thing. But now you don't have to worry about it. You worry about the MDX provider, so you can provide your own components. And then you've got your component. Yeah, sick. This is great. Be really cool to get an example right there at some point. Okay. Let's see what our coverage looks like. And I'm going to make a client.js right here that just does a module exports. Or you know what? Yeah. Let's go to my package.json. Files, here we go. Okay, and let's take a look at this. I can't open it. Open to side. No. I want to open, what is timeline? Fine. What the heck? Okay, open. Ah. Okay, what are you complaining about? Oh, yeah. All right, we can cover that just by modifying this test a little bit. Hold on a second. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, okay. So let's do TSX right there. Should not change the output, actually. Yeah, should be exactly the same. But now we've covered that, so that's nice. If it doesn't start with dot, return false. Okay. I would have thought that this import React would cover that. Kind of thinking maybe I should also handle this. So if I bring in import, we're doing left pad just for the kicks. It's been deprecated. Am I going to get a warning every time I install this? Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, there it is. Um, oh, that's fun. Okay. Slowly going down over time. Yeah, we'll left pad. Here, let's put that one in here actually. Actually, this won't change any the output unless I do pre. Oh, or there we go. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. There we go. Sweet. So that'll break my test. But what I want to do, whoa. External module. Oh, so it is, I'm glad I'm testing this. Why is it assuming that it's external? It's probably because I need a plugin for this guy. One of these things. Node resolve. Yeah, I think that's probably what I need. And common.js. And JSON. Whoa. Hmm. Yeah, okay, we're gonna need a couple more things. Let's figure out what this rollup node resolve thing is. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. And common.js. And JSON is for JSON, I'm sure. Prefer built-ins. I can't. Okay. Just get rid of that. Module and main. Those are good enough for me. I don't know why path goes down to the bottom, but okay, cool. Let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, so it's confusing to me that it's assuming left pad is going to be external. It should bundle it by default. Hmm. Hmm. I think this will prevent it from crashing. Maybe. Yeah. But I'm not sure why it is externalizing this. It really shouldn't. It should not externalize this. Exclude node modules, do I? Oh, that's in the rollup Babel though. So that we don't, but let's see what happens. I don't want to compile node modules with Babel. That's why that is configured that way. Yeah, so that's not it. But good thought. I thought the external should just be this. And then you configure globals. So let's dive in here, get global name, chunk dependency declarations. Oh, it's because we're saying it's an iffy dep instance of external module. Why is it an external module? Yeah, that's the question. I don't know why it's an external module. If I do this, the warning will go away and everything will work. And this is what I want to have to do on the user side. Yeah. But yeah, so let's just do that in our test really quick. I want it to bundle though. That's like a feature that it'll bundle that. But let's just get it as much as we can working. So get input options. Okay, so for the input, this can be external left pad. This is complaining because it could be, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess I could break things. Okay, get output options. Let's do my left pad. Okay, so this should work. There we go. Okay, so that's working. Let's go take a look at our coverage where we're at. Yeah, so I need to have two tests, one that tests with the overrides and one without. Bummer. I can just make a simpler version of the thing, but yeah. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, I'll need a couple of tests to cover some of this stuff too. Fine. Okay, well, let's get rid of this again. And this is complaining because it's like, where's left pad? I don't know. See you, Peter. Uh, maybe it's because it's, no, it shouldn't do that. I don't want this ng packager thing. Hmm. Hmm. I think this this doesn't make sense. Hmm. So if I turn this off, does it bundle React and React DOM? That's what I expect it to do. Okay, that's yeah, okay, so that's definitely not bundling React. Huh. So it looks like rollup bundle node modules. Boy, people who line up their colons like this, it used to be a cool thing, but nope, 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 nope. Okay, so it looks like we're not including it with CommonJS. Maybe that's why. Oh yeah, let's turn off source maps. We don't need source maps either. That could speed things up quite a bit, actually. Okay, so CommonJS, we have include. Here, what happens if I comment out the globals here also? It's taking longer, but no, it's still not Weird. Hmm. Maybe it has something to do with the in-memory plugin. That might be. I don't think so, though. Hmm. So this is saying you have to include your entry as well in the common.js. Hmm. Still no dice. Yeah, that's not gonna be it. It's not. I'll comment it out. That's not it. Man. Hmm. This is where I'm like, I'm not sure what to do, so I'll just do some mindless task. I mean, I need to do this anyway. Okay, this isn't actually going to tell me what I need to know, though. I need to verify that. Actually, no, it will, because this is going to bust. I actually don't care about the output either. Just want to make sure that, yeah, that'll be sufficient. Actually, we don't even need that. Okay. So I think I'm going to need to do a little bit of spelunking here. There we go. Got something doing that. I don't know where that coverage came from, but oh well. So we actually are doing pretty good. It's just this one. Let's just cover that really quick. Hmm. I'm gonna have to make that a little bit more useful. Replace. Hmm. 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 There we go. Now we're going to need another test for the opposite of that, or for something different here. So, so many tests. There's probably, yeah. Yeah. 1 second. All right. Eat a little snack. Okay. Cool. We're doing pretty well on coverage, actually. Yeah, we're at 100%. Yeah. Now I just got to figure out why this isn't bundling third-party dApps. I'm going to come down here, actually. We're going to just do this. We're premature on that abstraction right there. Okay, bundles third-party dApps. It is not bundling left pad because I don't know. Isn't that what like Rollup is supposed to do? It's supposed to bundle. me just try something. Actually, let's just import rollup. No, 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 no. Hmm. Oh, this is good to know. Okay, but I do have node resolve, I believe. Hmm. Okay, there we go. Well, hmm. Hmm. What is this common JS? Hmm. Mhm. I have no idea why this is happening. When I roll up this thing, it seems to work without any trouble at all. Mm. Uh-huh, that worked. Okay, so we slowly add more and more until we find the spot that breaks. Okay. And adding the globals. Mhm. Then we add rollup Babel and JSON and Terser. You can probably do all three of them. I bet it'll still work. That's incorrect, I'm sure. Hmm. Yep, still works. Okay. So then it's maybe the in-memory plugin. Uh-huh. All right, there we go. We found it. It is definitely the in-memory module plugin that's causing this problem. So I've got to figure out API documentation for this because I'm doing something wrong for sure. Plugin development overview. Okay, so I need to return null instead of false. Let's try that. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yes. Okay. No. Hold on a second. Hmm. Hmm. Could not be resolved. Could not be resolved relative to that thing. So maybe what we need to do instead of this, we'd say, yeah, okay. And then with that change, can I change this back to false and remove this? No. Do I just need that back? Okay, no, I need to have this set to null as well. Okay, I'm actually fine with that. I don't care. Okay, cool. Actually, we'll do that. Yeah, heck with that. Who cares? No, I care. Okay, there we go. Whew, we did it. Yeah, this is good. So now, yeah, you just give me your, give me the MDX contents and any of the files that it's going to reference. And I can compile that. I can bundle that all for you. And then you serve that up to your front end, your client, and I can render it for you. And then you can share code. Yeah, this is cool. Yep. Here's a quick example. Yeah, heck with that. Check the tests for an example. I don't know how many people are going to use this. Maybe not many. That's okay. Oh, what should my emoji be? Bundling, you know, but everybody uses packages. I think they're going to have to just choose something random. Ooh, what's this? Is that a dodo bird? Sweet. Okay, hold on a second. They've got a dinner train for me, so I better hurry. So here, actually, let's get log. Just have those couple commits. I'm going to combine everything into a single commit. So get status, get commit, blah. We'll just let that go. Just to make sure everything's working. Oh, right. I forgot to document the client. From there, oops. From there, you send the code to your client, and then import, what is this called? Get MDX component from MDX bundler client code. And post code. Oops. Oh, yeah. So what was my title? This is the title. This is some metadata. Okay, there we go. And then I need to generate a token so I can get this published when I push. What's going on? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, now let me just go generate the Npm token really quick. I'm almost done. Then I'm gonna go hang out with the fam. Access tokens. Okay. Generate new token. We're gonna come over here. Actually, okay. Can you hear those kids? Okay, almost there. I'm almost done, kids. Oh, I gotta hurry. Okay, here we go. Now that's pushing that. Let's just hope that it publishes the first time. That would be great. Blah, what the heck? Thought I only had one commit. Whoops. Yeah.
When you come out, if the train's not here, just stand there and wait and we'll take you up.
Okay. I totally forgot to do the squash. I was gonna squash and merge or squash the commits, but well. Okay, let's get the dodo bird right here. Wait. There we go. And the action is building. Blah. Whoops. Oh well. You know what? I'm gonna cancel this. We're gonna force push. I want to have it nice. Okay. Initial release. And let's come back over here. Ah, so close, so close. Get brand or remote add origin. There you go. Force push to master. I'm a terrible person. Okay. Let's get all these closed up. And maybe if we're lucky, this will zoom out and everything will be great, but it doesn't matter either way because I'm done with the day. This is me turning off my light. Yes, I have a bright light shining in my face the whole time you're watching. And this is me stopping my share. This is